Sandwich! Everyone likes some sandwiches.
And yes, it has been a while. Let me lower that down just one more notch. There we go. But yes, it feels like it's been forever. I would have streamed last Sunday, but had a movie night. And then I got sick. Who, me? Nah, I'm not cute. I am just me. But anyways, we're doing some more drawing. I figured I'd go ahead and try to find some more adventurous type music. But we're going to be drawing something different. So I'm going to get this set up here. Bink. Yep. I'm not in my Pichu avatar this time. I'm in my, I guess what you call my VR chat OC avatar, because what I'm actually going to be drawing, I'm not going to be drawing what you're seeing here. I'm actually going to be drawing my very first OC that I still have to this day. It's been a long time since I've actually drawn him. But don't worry, I still have my Pichu sketch that I have over here. Let me go ahead and see if I can... Yep, there he is, right there. I still have him, but I separated him in its own folder. Oh no, it's a Furby. I did come prepared this time. I actually did take a screenshot of a particular pose in VR chat, so I went ahead. So that way I have an actual reference to go by. I'm not going to be putting it in the art program or in Photoshop. More or less, I'm just going to kind of keep looking at it, just kind of get a reference here, just so, because I like to at least over-exaggerate on my drawings here, so let's go ahead and get started on this. So, let's see. Whoops. Where's my pen tool right here? Let me get zoomed back into 100%. A cutie pose. Nah, probably not. Probably not a cutie pose. I'd probably do that for my Pichu though, but not for not for this character here. So I think the first thing that I'm actually going to do, instead of actually just trying to draw as I go, like I did last time, I'm going to go ahead and actually draw the actual pose first. So I'm going to have to take some creative liberties here. I probably should have been looking the other way. So that way my head's not going to be like all twisted, but... zoom back into 100. So I feel like I'm not gonna have to... Is my sensitivity still working? Okay, good, it is. Alright, that's what I was hoping for. Twisted sense of humor. I'll show you a twisted sense of humor. So, just be drawing some basic shapes here. Yeah, everything's gonna look a little bit, you know, like how it was last time, but instead, this time I actually have something to look at instead of just trying to guess and figure out how I'm gonna draw it. Does this still go back to the eraser tool? Yes, it does. I need to change the size of that eraser tool. This 5 is still very small. 13. That should be fine. I can always reshape the head. Right now I'm just gonna get just the basic like pose down. Let's see. And I know just like drawing the shapes first is the more important part here, so let's actually go ahead and just kind of draw the body a little bit. Kind of get a basic shape going for that. It's funny enough, when I actually first started drawing, I usually did like a stickman pose, you know, sort of like, you know, sort of something like this, just to kind of give you an idea how I used to draw it. Though I kind of find it a little bit more easier just to kind of just draw the shapes now, since it's been like forever since I've actually really did. I'm missing someone. She's in VR chat testing some Avatar stuff right now, but I can assure you that she is here. Actually, you know what? Just for the sake of this, I should probably make the eraser brush a little bigger. There we go. Again, just drawing the shapes here, just to kind of get a general idea of how I want it to look like. And then I could just always touch it up as I go. Yeah, she was streaming her DJ set that night. Oops. Still gonna look a little weird, but it's still a bit of a standing pose, but it's at least it's not just like arms just like completely to the side, but you know, I was kind of going for more like a sort of like a sword in hand shield pose. Okay, actually let me go ahead and just rename this to just basic pose for that, and I'm gonna make a new layer. And I'm going to call this one Refined Sketch. Because I didn't do that last time when I was when I was drawing. I did not name my layers. When you're drawing, a very basic thing to do, you need to name your layers. Because if you don't name your layers, you're gonna have a bad time. Okay. So, got a basic pose, and then I have a refined sketch. Let me go ahead and actually draw some face here. Let's see. I'm in the computer program that allowed me to use random audio. Oh, yeah. I think, I forget what it's called. I think it was called Soundpad or something like that. Okay, and I'm just going to draw that there. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually start shaping this boy up, yeah? Now, again, I am not drawing myself. How you see me, I'm gonna be drawing my very first OC that I had, that I still have to this day. I just have not really touched him for that long. So let's see. I'm actually gonna need a reference here of what he actually looks like. I still have sketches here. I just need to pull up one. Still up here. Okay. I just need a basic face shape here. Oops. You know, maybe I should actually kind of, instead of it going down, I should probably have it a bit more straight. There we go. That's just to kind of give me a guide on how to go with. It doesn't work with OBS. Oh, yeah. Probably try to move the face forward a little bit more like this. No, that's too far, actually. That should work. Again, that's just a face guide, so that way I know how to actually be able to do this. So let's go ahead and get the muzzles drawn here. I'm not going to conform to the actual shape here, but it's just more or less just to kind of give me a guide on how I should draw him. You know what, let me change the opacity on this here so that way it's not like too distracting. There we go. That's better. Okay. A face only a mother could love, man. That's a bit cruel. Alright. Normally I would draw the hair first, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just go with the eyes first. Gonna just draw a basic eye shape. Kind of bring that up a little bit more. Sadly but true for some other people, yeah. That's true. That's nope, that eraser's still too big. 13, alright, yeah. So that way I'm not erasing too much of the sketch while I'm erasing. So let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about this character that I'm drawing right now. So before I actually started making like my own personalized lore for my characters, this character was actually a Sonic fan character. And you will see the resemblance here for that soon-ish. Alright. Is it Pinocchio? No. Let me change the opacity for that. Let me change it to 50%. I'm not... move this muzzle up a little bit more. So that way it kind of Feels like it rests along that there. Is it dumb? No, it is not a Disney character. Even though Pinocchio is not a Disney character, by the way. Yeah, it's fairy tale folklore. I'm gonna try to use some of this eye here. Free transform. Gonna kinda. No. It is neither of those. So if you let me explain for just a moment. So this was the Sonic fan character that I had drawn all the way back in 2008. And he was an inspiration of, like, you know, of Tails, of course. Because I was a Sonic, a big old Sonic nerd back then. I mean, even now I still like Sonic. But after a while, I decided to actually deviate from the fandom and actually create my own lore for my characters. Now, this character here has been through a lot of changes, both design-wise and story-wise. I don't know, did that look better that way? I don't know. Maybe if I actually look at an actual sketch instead of a colored version of this, maybe I might get a better idea. Where's that? Oh, and there she is. Speak of the devil, there's Belle. Hello. Okay, there we go. Actually, you know what? Why does the sketch on this one look so good? I kind of want to try to replicate it, but I can't. It's so hard. You know what? Let me redo the eyes here, actually. I'm here to see what Kaizo's cooking tonight. I am cooking something, alright. Maybe maybe I shouldn't be so neat with my lines now that I think about it. Maybe if I'm just like recklessly sketching, I probably would look pretty good on this here. So let me actually focus on the muzzle first here, just to kind of get a much more better look. I don't know, maybe I probably should have just stuck with what I currently had on this one, but that's fine. That's okay. That is a-okay, because you know what? We can always make changes as we go by. Can I go back? How far can I go back? Not far enough. You know what? That's okay. That's fine. Okay. I've already forgotten how to draw this guy, draw these eyes. It's already kind of getting to that point of where I'm just like, I don't even know what my own character looks like anymore. But yeah, anyways, back on to what I was talking about. So, so my character was first a Sonic fan character until I decided to build up the lore for my characters. Yes, I say characters because I have more than one character. And this one had the most development out of all the characters that I had written. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should bring that eye a little bit closer then. I don't know why that does not look. I don't know why that eye does not look proportional to the other eye, and that's the one thing when it comes to symmetry for the eyes. You know what? How about we not worry about the eyes at this point here and just kind of deselect. Thank you. And then just kind of focus on getting the rest of the face kind of made before I start doing the eyes. As at least that way, it'll probably give me a much more better idea on how to actually shape his face out. Okay. That's probably going to be the point where I'm going to need to flip the canvas. You know what? That's one thing I didn't do whenever I was drawing the last time. I didn't flip the canvas. To actually see how it looked like on the opposite side there. So I'm going to kind of draw through the muzzle like that. Yeah, he sort of has a bit of messy hair. Kind of refine it a little bit more. Flip the canvas back around. Let me turn the basic pose off here to see how it looks. Okay. So far, so good, I think. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely... Actually, wait. No, this should be like... You know, maybe doing the really messy sketch technique probably works better. Let me see. Instead of the 4 spiky hair bits, I should probably go with 3 instead. And probably also do this side. Redo this side over here. Yep. Clean up the rest of those lines. Kind of wanna. Maybe a little bit. I think I had it better where it was, like that. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks better, actually. With there being 3 instead of 4, little, I guess, tufts of hair coming from the bangs. And I'll go ahead and oops. Again, important too. Is there a shortcut to do? I should probably find out if there's a shortcut for that to see if maybe I can I'm gonna end up erasing some bits here. Probably should have made the eraser smaller. Okay, there we go. Flip that back around. Okay, so now I got a much more better shape of the head. Now I can actually maybe refine the muzzle a little bit more. And reduce the size of the eraser so I don't end up erasing more than what I need to. This part on the inside of the sketch. He's got a bit of a honker. Let's draw the inside, or the eye that's closer to the edge of the face first. At least that way it'll kind of be more conformed with the rest of the face. Oh yeah, run up and down my nose. Kind of round round it down here on the bottom. Again, probably should be a little bit more messy with my lines here just so that I can actually get a good idea with how the face, how I want it to look like. Actually, I don't know. It's like the eyes are always the hardest thing sometimes for this character because it's never consistent. What if I were to actually just move the line over here? Maybe this will be the center of the face. There we go. I felt that would help. Okay, yeah, that actually helped. So actually lining the that line up with the bottom of the, or with the top of the muzzle actually did help. Kind of maybe shorten this little detail of the hair about. Because this boy also has thick eyebrows. Well, maybe not too terribly thick, but you know, they're thick enough. Let's see. So far so good, actually. Kind of roughly get the eyes in. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just so that at least he's, you know, kind of looking at something, whatever he's looking at. Again, whenever I actually do the lining for it, whenever I decide to get to it, I'll definitely I don't know what kind of... I know that it should probably be like, you know, like how a lot of furry artists do it, but I don't know. If I just kind of like draw it like that, it just looks weird to me. I don't know why. Like where the mouth is. I don't know. That's always looked so weird to me. I don't know why. And I know it's more conformed to how the actual, you know, furry muzzle is. How the mouth actually is supposed to look like, but to me it just doesn't feel right whenever I do that. You know, I'm gonna turn the basic pose off here so I can actually get a bit more of an actual general idea on how I want to go about really doing the body whenever I get around to it. I don't know. What do you think? Should he be smiling, or should I have him More of a determined, stoic face, maybe. Okay. I can always change that later. So let's actually go ahead and... Can I get that in for the head? So that way it's like his hair isn't like completely floating off of his body. Okay. You know, I should... You know, I did not take into consideration on exactly how big I was going to make this head. Which now, if you kind of look at it... Yeah, again, that's just a basic pose on what I'm actually going to do. So, you know what? I should probably just move this. You know what? I'll just... Actually, you know what? Let me just, make that bigger, actually. Because I know he's going to be a bit more of a tall boy. Maybe a bit more whiter. Again, I'll most likely just over-exaggerate on a lot of things. There we go. Okay, so... Let's go ahead and kind of get his neck going. Oh yeah. Not only does he have like messy hair in the front, but he also has long hair in the back. So let me actually go ahead and just kind of have a placeholder there for the moment. Just for now. So I kind of want to go ahead and kind of follow the shape. Let me pull my other actual reference back up here. Probably should have just left it up here. Oh wait, no, I already had it up here the whole time. Okay, I did not need to reopen it, but you know it's right there, just to kind of get a bit of nope, go back. Just to kind of get a bit of an idea on how to make them. So his actual, God damn it. So his actual torso. Okay. You know, with that body layer on there, that's actually going to make it way more distracting to work with. He's not exactly like, you know. Let's just go ahead and kind of like. You know what? I can always rework with it, and I'll just kind of make changes to it when I need to. So you're probably wondering, what's this guy's name? Who am I actually drawing? Is this the Kaizo before the Kaizo that we know? Yes and no. This Kaizo is actually an entirely different continuity of the actual Kaizo, you know, the one that y'all are watching right now, is a completely different character. But still has a somewhat... Fox McCloud Kaizo. That's the funny thing, like, a lot of people always refer to it as, like, is that Fox McCloud? It's like, I can see the similarities, for sure. And you would not be wrong thinking that, you know, that the character that you're looking at right now is Fox McCloud. But, no. I'm going to be switching between back and forth on all these, because mostly... But this is a character that I had, like, developed way over the years, and I'm kind of repeating myself because I've already said that. God damn it. Trying to move... that entire torso is gonna look a little weird. No, maybe... There we go. That looks better. And I'm kind of hard at actually explaining lore as I'm kind of like drawing here, mostly because at one, I'm trying to focus on drawing, but I also want to be able to tell you more about this character. Like how he came to be, what his actual name is, so on and so forth. This character's name, well, he goes by an alias, but his actual real name is Kaizo, but due to a certain event that caused him to pretty much lock all of his memories, he goes by a different alias, and he goes by the name Wesley. So, why? Because I don't see a lot of characters named Wesley, and I thought that, you know, hey, that name sounds cool. Definitely isn't a self-insert. No, what are you talking about? But yeah, there's a lot of there's a story behind this character here. So, without going into too much spoiler territory for this character, he is actually well, back then he had a lot of blood on his hands, so so he was actually grown, or not grown, but more or less just kind of like a laboratory-made character with the sole purpose of murder. Pretty much, his job is to go down to any worlds that had their gods abandoned, and his mission was to eradicate all the life on that planet. However, it wasn't on his own free will. And realizing this, he tries to resist it. And tries to figure out exactly what his actual main purpose in life really is. And I actually have a video of a game that I'm actually working on that actually explains it way better than what I'm explaining it right now. Essentially, this character here, this character He's dead. D-E-D, dead. His purpose is cheese. Yeah. Or at least he would be dead. If it wasn't for a particular type of special stone or a crystal heart that allowed him to be revived. However, this also comes at a great cost. All of the abilities that he once had are locked. But he is also fighting against an inner struggle with himself that's trying to take control. And every night, he struggles with nightmares. So, of the same reoccurring dream. And the only thing out of that dream, the so-called apparition, or the his past self, continues to keep saying, "Do not deny it." And so he's actually became a bit more timid, a bit more meek in his demeanor. Fua! Whoa, hello. Hi, Raiders. Oh, Jesus. I was not expecting a raid tonight. Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, nice. Hello. Welcome, new followers. Regards. Panda. I'm doing some drawing tonight. I was actually explaining the lore. Oh, Jesus. I am messing up. I was actually explaining the lore of this character a little bit more. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the raid, Fua. Hold on. Belle, if you're in chat, can you give Fua a shout out for me? Unless I do it for myself. Are you able to do that? Hold on, wait. Does the shout out even work? I guess that's the question. Did I spell that right? Please tell me I spelled that right. Yes, there we go. You were playing the VR of chats, E. Your emotes are adorable. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually drawing this boy here. Let me actually turn the basic pose off here. So this is what I currently have so far right now. A boy that I have not drawn in years. It's not my actual VR chat avatar, but this is actually my main OC avatar that I actually have. But anyway, as I was explaining the backstory of this character, so for those who are just coming in, let me go ahead and re-explain this backstory. So this character's name, his name was actually, his actual name is, Kaizo, which is, me. I was in VR, and a few other games. Nice. And however, due to an event that caused him to lose his memories, he goes by an entirely different alias, and his actual name that he actually goes by is, where's my cursor? Is Wesley. So this character's name here is Wesley, but there's a reason behind that. So, before this character came into existence, he was pretty much created for the sole purpose of murder. And the reason being is that when he goes down to certain planets to whoever's gods that they abandon. So if a god were to abandon their planet for whatever reason, his main mission is to actually go down to that planet and eradicate all the life on that. However, he was not doing it on his own free will. He was being pretty much manipulated and pretty much being controlled to do all of that. Which, of course, really didn't sit too well with him. And one mission, he was trying to fight off, the influence that was pretty much forcing him to do all of this. However, that also meant that he ended up losing his life to that, or he would lose his life. But he was actually granted a special stone that pretty much brought him back to life. But at the great cost of pretty much forgetting about everything what he's done, whatever abilities that he has when he was created. So he has none of that. And every night he wakes up with reoccurring nightmares of the past things that he's done. And the only thing that comes out of those dreams is do not deny it. And every night he has nightmares based off of that, to the point of where his past self is trying to take control of his present self, because at this point he has no control of what he actually dreams of, and he dreams that every night, almost to the point of where it actually becomes too much or too great for him to handle. So that's a basic synopsis of his character here. I was actually working on a game in good old RPG Maker that can actually explain it way better than what I could. But yeah, I thank you all for coming in for the raid. Thank you, Fua. Hello, new followers, new people, and all that stuff. I also want to go ahead and apologize in advance if I don't stream regularly, mostly because of my job, and a lot of the times I'm usually really super tired coming home from work. But I usually would try to at least make an attempt to draw, or to stream rather. And one of the things that I actually want to do, which I do want to make a habit of every Sunday, is at least do an art stream. At least drawing some things, because let me actually show you what I did last week, actually, or not last week, but the other Sunday. Whoops. Oh, he's way too close. I drew this boy, just to pretty much get me used to drawing again, since I haven't drawn in years, it feels like. So whether I decide to line this and color it, I'll think about it in the future. Where's my mouse at? Oh, right here. But yeah, that's what I drew the last time. Should I worry about drawing hands right now? You know what, I'll worry about drawing hands later, because that's the bane of my existence. Drawing hands is literally an impossible feat for me. I don't know how people can do it. And I feel that anytime that I find a good tutorial on how to draw hands, I still end up drawing them either too big or too small. Practice. Yeah, true. So a lot of the art that I actually end up doing is usually just a bust, just the chest upward. Or I usually have his hands in the pockets or behind them, so that way they're kind of out of view. So I'll worry about the hands later. But this time I actually decided to get a pose in VR chat this time to kind of give me a somewhat how I want to draw him. Yeah, you'll also have to excuse me from switching layers back on and off, mostly just to kind of see how it looks like before I actually decide to go further with that. So where should I actually kind of put the I think that'll be good. Let me actually turn the basic pose on so that way I can actually kind of get a good idea of how to actually, how far I can make the legs, or should I make the legs here? Oh, good lord. I don't know, maybe one of these days, when I actually really do get into the groove of drawing again, maybe I might make this a regular thing. But then again, I've also kind of grown into a particular certain art style that I have developed, like, over the years. But I think, honestly, I should just probably just focus on actually just having fun just drawing. Rather than just be like, oh man, I gotta make this look like, yeah, like I'm actually trying to get a job at a game development or something. I don't know. Having fun is the best part. Yeah, it is. Also, Blood Angel, hello, welcome. You are seeing, everybody's actually seen the actually very first incarnation, or not the very first incarnation, but my actual OC. You know what? I should... Actually, you know what? After I get done drawing the actual kind of body-ish, I should probably go back and do the hair, because I want that hair to be a little bit more, on the poofier side. Looking at my reference here. I feel like I probably should have had him actually on here, but I didn't want to actually, like, trace over it. Mostly due to the proportions, because I like to kind of over-exaggerate on some proportions here, because I feel it would be better. There we go. I actually kind of... Oh, okay, and thank you, Siri. Thank you for the telling me about the 60-second ad break. Greatly appreciate that. And the ad break is finished. Thank you, Siri. And I usually always just thank the bots, mostly because I don't know if they're listening. And I always kind of like think it's like, you're the one who said thank you to me. I will spare you whenever the eventual robotic apocalypse does happen. I don't know. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Clean that up a little bit, or kind of like remove some lines. Actually, make that straight. I'll eventually find a better way to draw feet. Or shoes, rather. Sorry, guys. This boy... He actually wears a full set of clothes. Okay. Alright. Let's actually... I'm actually going to make this hair a little bit more poofier, like I said. Let's go ahead and actually get a bigger eraser for this. And with hopefully not erasing too much. Nah. And you know what? I think it looked better before. Yeah. And I can always refine it later if I'm not too satisfied with it. Why mess something up that's already kind of decent looking? It'll be alright. It'd be good. He also did have long hair in the back, so I'm gonna kind of... Okay, time for my favorite parts. Well, favorite parts rather is the hands now. In my pose, I kind of drew him actually holding something in his hands rather than just be like completely open hand. And since he is slowly awakening to how he once was, and he's very adept in I feel like I should probably do this in its own layer. Let me turn on the basic pose to kind of get a basic idea on how I should make the hands. Should probably make this a little bit more opaque, or less opaque. There we go. I am drawing on the wrong layer. It's a good thing I didn't get too far. I would be upset. So, looking at my reference here, it has a closed fist, so it's probably be a lot more easier to do. So, I should probably zoom in on that, on my reference here. Actually, that's very hard to see. Maybe if my character actually had outlines. Oh, shit. So, kind of thumb kind of curved in like that. Also maybe kind of refine the knuckles a bit on that, maybe. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Whenever I like make the hands way too big. I don't know. Hold on. Maybe if I should probably kind of like do this. Kind of looks better? Question mark? I don't know. I'll have to draw something actually going through it. Let me just actually just draw a straight line. Yeah, because I know that this is actually going to go at least over the thumb, at least. Just kind of get an idea. That should work. Alright. Ah, why? I'm not... Oh, I was moving an empty layer. Okay, never mind. Oh, Jesus. That scared the crap out of me, on. That's a second raid. Hello, Afix. Hey, thank you for the raid. I don't know why that got me. I should probably change it to a little bit more of a less intrusive alert sound. Yo, I am doing good. I'm doing some drawing. Hey, let me go ahead and give you a shout out real quick, Afix. I am drawing my actual OC boy. The one that you're not seeing right now. I'm drawing my actual character. Because this character is its own continuity. God damn it. Not again. I keep accidentally doing that. So, can I rotate the canvas? I feel like I probably... Yeah, I can rotate it. Let's see. Rotate canvas. Which way? Counter. Clockwise. Oh, where'd he go? Star, hello. Hope you've been doing well. Almost sound like almost look like you're asleep in your server. But hope you've been doing well, Star. Hi, welcome. Pichu. I'm not in my Pichu this time. Let's see. Now this is probably going to be a little bit difficult for me to do here. Fingers. Oh my god. You know what? Rotate it back, honestly. Where's it? Rotate canvas. Rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. Go back down here. I'm drawing my main OC Fox boy. If you were here a little bit earlier, I was explaining the lore. But I can do a quick synopsis of it real quick for you if you want to know more about this fox boy. So essentially he is a creation, or he was a creation made to pretty much eliminate life on planets of gods who have abandoned them. But it wasn't of his own free will. So with one day with his altercation with his creator, he ended up losing his life, but was brought back to life with a special stone. However, every night he suffers nightmares from the past that he is trying to get over. And every night he always has a dream of his former self repeatedly saying, "Do not deny it," which is often referring to the past that he has pretty much left behind, and his inner self is trying to take over pretty much. But I have a better explanation of that from an RPG Maker project that I was working on like years ago that could explain it way better than what I could. Or at least the backstory anyways. I'm looking at my own hand here, trying to literally get a good picture of how to draw this. Man, hands are just really confusing, man. You know what? I will try. I will do my best. Maybe I should abandon the whole 5-finger thing, but I don't know why. Just 4 fingers just seem very odd to me. Man, I just can't get it. You know, let me rotate the canvas again, except this time I'm going to flip it vertically. Just to see if it looks to see if I can actually be able to do it better upside down. And maybe also flip it horizontally too. Okay, I should probably draw the basic hand like shape first, so maybe that should probably help. Thumbs up. I think that's probably the only problem that was actually kind of giving me is like the thumb looks like a little weird. But then again, everybody draws hands in their own way, so no 2 hands are actually going to look the same. But I feel this might actually help now since I've actually flipped the canvas. Hands and faces give me the most trouble too. Yeah, definitely. Also, hello June to June. Thank you for following me on this, well, actually, you know what, to me, it's actually a rediscovery on drawing, because I have not drawn anything in, like, what felt like centuries, to be completely honest, and I'm honestly having a good time. Also, thank you for the follow. Hey, welcome. I usually don't do art streams all that much, but I kind of want to, actually do drawing streams like every Sunday. But apologies in advance if I don't like stick to a constant streaming schedule, because I'm very terrible at it, and plus my job really sucks the life out of me. Okay, there you go. E. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for following. And again, another big shout out to both Fua and Afix for the raid, actually. Y'all are awesome. Stay that way. Y'all deserve all the love and the appreciation. Flip horizontally. I understand, glad to catch you doing our E. That's probably the most decent hand that I'm actually going to draw in in a long time. Oh yeah. I guess since you are here, I actually did draw something the last time. Wasn't last Sunday. I was actually sick, or I wasn't feeling well to actually do more drawing the last Sunday. But the previous Sunday, I actually drew this boy as some practice. My little Pichu boy. I'm actually very proud of that, since it's been like so long since I've actually drawn anything. Oh, thank you for sharing. Oh. Pet the Pichu. Yee! Pet the boy. Give him pets. I'm just gonna make another random layer. I'm just gonna draw just like a... I was gonna draw like a really crude hand, just kind of giving the Pichu head pets, but... Alright, back to this. Back to actually drawing this boy. You know what? That's actually a decent hand, I feel, maybe. I mean, it could be better. But a little bit more practice drawing hands and whatnot, but... Maybe I should probably lower the knuckles a little bit more. I don't know, what would that look good? Wait a minute. I wasn't drawing on the wrong layer, was I? Oh jeez. Supernova, hey, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, I was not drawing on the wrong layer. I should probably get rid of this layer so I don't accidentally draw on it. And then be like... Well, actually, no, I could merge the layers down, but I would rather not have to do that if I could prevent it. Actually, I think since I'm done with this basic pose, I could probably also get rid of it too. So I don't end up accidentally merging it down with that either. I feel like I probably can move that a little bit over, but you know what, yeah, let me actually go ahead and do that. Now it comes to the point where I'm actually doing a little bit of refining here and there to the actual sketch before I start drawing other things. I fixed an outfit today and left the layers till the end. Oh yeah. And the way I used to draw is very unorthodox. Even then, I just kind of like, sometimes I kind of go as I draw, but other times I just kind of like always just like erasing things here and there until it actually looks good and be like, all right, time to do the line and the color and all that. But sometimes I get a little too lazy to even just do that, because sometimes the sketch looks way better than the final product sometimes. Well, at least it does to me, but I don't know. It depends on who you ask or who the actual person is. Oops. Did I want to... you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and kind of thin that out a little bit more. Like that. And just kind of shave it off. The color of the undershirt a little bit. Back over here. Yeah, you can definitely see like like I'm incredibly rusty, but then again, I wasn't like super like artistic, but I still enjoyed it. Mostly because I like to express my characters and the stories that I've written about them and refining them as time went on. He's actually looking a lot more shorter than I remember. Oh, you know what? That's fine. It'll be okay. Okay, so... Wait, I am missing one very crucial, important detail about this one. Let me actually move that under here. If I can spell, that is random capitalization punctuation. Now you see, this boy's a fox, but he's missing one very important crucial detail. And what I actually need this time is another reference of an older sketch. If my hard drive would open for me, please. If I can find it. Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, definitely looking way smaller than I remember. But that's okay. That is okay. I'm fine with that. Maybe it's about time to actually kind of downsize instead of going back to how things used to be, you know? Experimentation. See what sticks. Especially after years of not drawing. Kind of get an idea on how I want this to look. So I got it on its own separate layer, just so that I can actually go and shape it up a little bit more. So do I want to have that curved up or do I want to have that go down? You know what? This is good. I'll just have it curved up like this here. Don't want it to be too thin, but also this looks like a pretty good consistent size for it. Oops. Alright, let's go ahead and get that eraser back down. So that way I don't end up accidentally erasing a much more bigger portion than what I would like to. Oh, undo. And just to kind of get a... There we go. Actually, I don't know, should I I'll just do that just to kind of give an idea how the actual tail looks like. Whenever I actually do like the face, I usually do that in the colors rather than trying to do it on the actual character itself. But I'll just go ahead and make another layer just because I can. And I'm actually going to lower the opacity on this one here just to kind of get a better idea. Actually, wait, no, that actually goes like right underneath where the eye is, actually. Lower the opacity even more on that. Yeah, 15. Flip it. Actually, probably be better that way. Nope. Stop. These buttons on this pen can be a bit sensitive. I don't mean to press them. And do the same with his arms as well. Actually, yeah. Go back, rotate it back, or flip it back over with it being horizontal. Yeah, normally I don't like add in like the color details, mostly because I want to wait until I actually color them, but I guess just for this, I will do it for that. Okay, now it is time for me to actually draw what I was actually going to draw. His actual equipment. I'm going to draw that on its own separate layer. Change the opacity on that as well. Just to kind of make it a little bit more easier. Okay, well, maybe not 25, but 40? How's that look? Just so I can actually be able to distinguish it from the actual sketch itself. So and again, I can just go ahead and just kind of refine it. Move that a little bit right there. This is actually a character that I had for a very long time, ever since like my junior year in high school. The main premise of this character was that I wanted to actually make a... Well, actually, he was a Sonic fan character. And then I decided to create my own lore and my own world for... Not only for this character, but for other characters that I've drawn. So this is just only one of them, actually. But this was the very first character that I had for a long time. And the story has evolved a lot over the years. And I have an RPG Maker game that is like really sitting on the back burner, mostly because that real life sucks and it has pretty much taken a lot of the time that I would like. But essentially, pretty much the actual current story of this character was that he was pretty much created as a tool of destruction to pretty much eradicate worlds that have had their gods abandon them. However, he did not do it on his own will. This shield is not looking so good. So essentially, that's clockwise, counterclockwise. So essentially, he decided to go up against his creator, and he had ended up losing his life to it. But, or at least that's what he would have thought would have happened. But he was actually brought back to life from a special stone that was actually given to him before facing his creator, and has essentially brought him back to life. This is a really bad shield that I'm drawing here, but you know, I'll keep pressing on. So instead of, you know, doing the things that he used to, he tries to live a normal life. However, though, due to constant nightmares of his past, of the things that he has done, he continues to keep having nightmares, and every night he has his former self of who he used to be come in and always tell him, do not deny it. And every day he always has that dream, and he's not entirely sure what it means by that. But every night it has been getting a lot more aggressive, to the point of him actually losing sleep. But yeah, like I said, I do have a better explanation with an RPG Maker project that's currently sitting on the back burner. But essentially, the whole story itself is pretty much a story of redemption, of not only for him but for other characters that he meet along the way. Thank you very much for explaining it in detail. And thank you for allowing me to express my character. I never really get a chance to actually talk about him a lot. And whenever I do, I want to gush about it, but sometimes I kind of feel like I might be a little annoying to some people. It's like, oh, that kind of sounds a little obnoxious. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, okay, well, maybe not really. That's kind of how I think about it, to be fair. Now, this shield's supposed to be behind him. He normally doesn't carry a shield, but he's very well adapted in bladed weaponry. But he also meets other characters along the way. In fact, another character of who I've actually been developing on recently is his best friend. That I will eventually get around to drawing as well. but I kind of want to go and draw characters that I have drawn, like which character I drew first, which character I drew second, so on and so forth. But this character here, actually, I should probably have that go over like that. It's easy to info dump when you write an entire story for sure. Oh yeah. I mean, I get like, as I'm like really passionate about the characters that I drew like a long time ago, and often I kind of forget about it, and be like, I dig through my old sketches, and I'd be like, oh man, I remember this. It's been such a long time since I've actually drawn or even looked at this character. Do I want to kind of draw it like this, or do I want to turn it back clockwise? Actually, let's see what it looks like so far. Let's clockwise or counterclockwise. How should I actually draw that? You know what, I'll draw it counterclockwise. That way, where it's actually facing upward, or kind of semi-upward. But yeah, but for this character, you know, over the years, you know, he has kind of like became like more timid, a bit more reserved and all that, because he's still unsure about himself. He's not entirely sure on what he should be doing. But he has his friends pretty much just to kind of back him up, saying it's like, hey, it's all good. You know, don't worry about it. Take it one step at a time. Which, honestly, I kind of want to boot up my RPG Maker project right now just to kind of show y'all what I actually have here. You know what? I'll do that. Let me actually kind of finish drawing the, I guess this really, not so good looking sword. Okay, does that like go? Yeah, it's kind of. Like, I'll probably just end up playing like the very first part of it, which I kind of want to get back into now that I think about it. Because right now I'm just kind of using placeholder assets for, you know, I probably should have drawn a line to see how I wanted this sword to go, now that I think about it. Yeah, let me do that on another layer. Just to kind of like... Which way do I want this to go? Do I want to go... That'll work. I should wait. Before I draw the rest of the hilt, I should probably just go ahead and draw the blade. You know what? I'll draw the length of the line that I actually made, so... yeah. I'm pretty happy with that for right now. Definitely change it later on or make some refinements to it. Oh, thank you for treating the Pando. Thank you for treating little Kaizo. Go ahead and kind of... Let's see. Though I will say that the basically the theme of the story that I actually have here, it's more, it's pretty much more modern time and has a bit of fantasy, medieval to it. So it's kind of like a mixture between them both. Sort of like a kind of going for more of like a Phantasy Star sort of vibe to it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Because I'm also a really big fan of Phantasy Star and Phantasy Star Online. In fact, a lot of the premise of the actual story's world is based on like basic theming from like Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star. So yeah, a lot of the music that you've been hearing is from both Final Fantasy, Phantasy Star, Mana series games, and all that. A lot shorter than I remember, but you know what? I like it. I like it. I have not drawn him in what feels like forever. I miss this boy. I am not going to lie. In fact, this was actually a character that I wanted to try to bring into VR chat, but I think the only thing that was actually stopping me, is the hair. I just could not find like the right hairstyle that would actually kind of semi-match this. I mean, I would like to try to match it as close as I possibly can for this one. But for the life of me, I just could not find a good-looking hairstyle to actually bring him into VR chat. I mean, I already learned how to weight paint. Hell, even learned how to make my own clothing. I'm not perfect by all means, but I wanted to bring him into VR chat so bad. But what you're seeing here, this is my current representation of my actual character. But this character is a completely different continuity from the one that I'm drawing. I'm just really passionate about this boy. I guess it's a weird way to say it's kind of like my baby in a way. And I want to, nurture it and cherish it as much as I can, to the point of where one day I'm going to end up forgetting about this boy. And it's going to make me sad knowing that fact that I was like, oh, what was his name? You're snapping your fingers just trying to figure out exactly what this boy's name is again. Actually, let's make that a little thicker. Oh, Rika, hey, thank you for following. Greatly appreciate it. The struggle is real, dude. I don't want to make that right, of course. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love this boy. I mean, my very first character that I actually ever drawn. And, this character has actually been, like, my testing ground for a lot of things. For, like, different character ideas. Like, okay, foxes are my favorite animals. But What if I were to make a different character, like a mouse or a cat or a rabbit? Which actually, funnily enough, my actual second official character that I actually drew was a mouse. Mostly because I've never really seen, like, when I was in the doing RPs for you know, Sonic in Sonic communities and whatnot, I've never seen a character actually have a mouse. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be the first one in my friend group. I'm gonna be the first one to actually make a mouse character, and I did it. And I was really happy with it. I was proud of him. He was a little boy, really rambunctious. Another character that I actually spent a lot of time working on as well. But he has a little bit more of a more of a sadder backstory. But I will explain that whenever I get around to actually drawing him. I really think I should make this hair a little bit bigger. I'll worry about that as time goes on, but F-Scribbles are my first characters. Just don't like the idea of recreating them, though, in my opinion. Yeah, true. I'm actually gonna save this real quick. I have not been doing that. By the way, if you're doing art, please save. you don't want to lose like hours of work or anything like that. I've had that happen to me so many times where I'm just like, I'm in the zone just drawing, just like having a grand old time, and Photoshop crashes, and I'm like, no. You know what? Since I'm actually doing drawing now, I should add that as a redeem. It was like, hey, you might want to save. You might want to save just in case I don't know, your computer crashes. Oh jeez. Oh, I didn't know that actually. Okay, so I just recently discovered something new about my tablet. I didn't know that it can actually really zoom in on the chat like that. Whoops a daisy. But yeah, this is my boy. If you want to actually know what the actual what his actual alias is, let me actually draw that on another layer. Wait, which layer was this? Oh, let me delete that layer. Make a new layer. My computer will save over a template and it drives me up the wall. Oh no. Oh man, that would suck. I've actually had a tragic experience one time where I actually had all of my sketches saved on an external hard drive. And I didn't realize it because I was actually trying to help my dad reinstall Windows XP during that time. And I did not realize that I actually had my hard drive in my dad's computer. And it completely reset the entire external hard drive. I don't know how or why, but I lost all of my sketches on there, and it just it ate at me. Even my dad felt bad. I was like, I know you're trying to help, and I'm so sorry. It's like, nah, that's my fault for being dumb. But yeah, anyways, his actual name. Let me just go ahead and be a little bit more. That's his name. Wesley, this boy. That's his name right there. I will definitely continue to keep... I'm probably just going to continue to keep doing sketches until I actually feel like I'm more comfortable to the point of where I actually kind of want to do lining and coloring. Probably not... Well, maybe on stream. I'll probably end up doing that on stream. But I'll probably want to go ahead and just kind of like draw all of my characters, kind of like just be like, oh yeah, that's how they looked like. That's how I remember them looking like. Great initial sketch. E. I am pretty happy with this boy. I'm happy that I was able to draw him again. Same thing with my Pichu boy. I think... Oh, I should probably go ahead and move that. How many layers do I have on this thing? Okay, I should probably go ahead and merge those layers down. But yeah, that was the last one that I actually drew last stream, though. Okay. I guess before I actually end the stream off, because it is getting about 2 hours, I did kind of want to show like a bit of a personality for this boy that I actually wrote up for him. So let me actually go ahead and do this real quick, just because that my desktop is an absolute mess. Now, will it allow me to be able to launch this in while I have oh, it looks like it's going. If it will go. If that doesn't work, then I may have to close out Steam VR. Nothing on my desktop, but the PC just sits on a glass table. Oh, damn. Oh. I don't know if this thing's launching. I don't know if it's going to launch. Cancel. Try it again. Dashboard will auto. Okay, there it goes. Oh, hi. Please don't crash. Thank you. Okay, let me go ahead and stop my music here since it started over. And let me go ahead and go back to desktop stream. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just actually show you the first chapter here. Oh, I totally forgot that I had I hope that's not too loud. Oh yeah, I actually did all of that, by the way. It took forever. I have not touched this thing since, I think earlier last year, just right after Ferality. I'm actually going to go continue game because I was kind of messing with this a little bit. Oh, no spoilers, please. No, I'm just going to play the, just the first chapter. Just, oops, that is... Oh, let me start over on that. Just to kind of give you an idea of the actual characters, you know. God damn it. I probably should have went into the script and actually just enabled this to begin with. But I haven't gotten that far on it. I'm just going to go to new game, and then it should give me an option to skip the prologue and go right to chapter 1. Yes. I'm kind of a little embarrassed just to kind of show some of this off on stream. Does this give you deja vu? Oh, it does. Let me see if... Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and hide Pando for a little bit. And, you know, I'm also going to hide myself here. Oh, it says, hey, come on, wake up. Ah, geez, you're a heavy sleeper. I better get you up before the boss comes back. Grabs a cup and begins to fill it with water. Wake up! Splashes the cold water on you. Wow, that's cold! Huh? Oh man, did I fall asleep again? Sorry. I haven't been getting the best sleep as of late. It's no problem. Though if I were you, I would go to a doctor about it. It could be serious. I know. I'll see about it tomorrow. I don't want to alarm you, but your name tag is missing. It is? You pat yourself down and see that your name tag is missing. What? How did I not notice my name tag missing? Whoa, relax. We have plenty of name tags in the locker over there. Oh, good. I didn't want to get yelled at again. I'll hold down the fort for now, but you better hurry, though. The boss will be back any minute now. Right. I'll be out in a jiffy. Better get moving. So instead of actually, so instead of actually giving, like, the actual, screen just, like, name this character, I wanted to give the player a choice to actually go to, like, kind of give it a little bit more of a bit more personal. It's like, some name tags here in the label maker. Let's see, how does this thing work again? Please name this young man. So you get 3 default names to choose from, and then you can also choose a custom name that you want to name for this character. My name is 7. And, no. But the actual canonical name for this character is Wesley. But you can name him any you want. Label prints out and put it on his new name tag. Yep. There we go. That should keep me out of trouble. If you don't like the name that you made for yourself, you can change it before you leave this room. Yep. Time to go back onto the floor. And, yeah, there's also some fun stuff to mess around up here. This is the sink that my coworker used to wake me up. I'm soaked. Arrange that kind of works. We should get a microwave. Not sure why we have this phone back here. It doesn't even work. Oh, 60-second ad. Okay, I'm going to stop right here until it finishes. I'm going to pause right here until the ads are done. I know I'm kind of over my 2-hour limit here. I'm just going to wait until the ad's finished. And this is the longest minute. Better get a drink of water. Okay, there we go. Ad breaks are now finished. Alright. So, of course, once you leave this room, you will not be able to go back. Oops. If you want to change your name, now is the time to do that. If you're satisfied with everything, then proceed. Are you ready? I am ready, or no, not yet. So let's just say it's like, no, I'm not ready. Let's just say, like, I don't like my name, so you can always go back and say, like, for some reason this doesn't feel right. And then you get to rename the character to whomever you want. On second thought, I think I'm good. And also, yeah, save points. Also going to be a journal to record your record your adventure. So let's continue on with the beginning parts of the game here. One of these days, I'll definitely pick this back up and add a little bit more to it. Later that afternoon. I've had enough for the day. Be sure to clean up everything before you close up shop. Yes, sir. There. All the counters are wiped down. Whew. I'm beat. Just only a couple more hours left before my day's off. Oh, really? I just got done sweeping. Why can't people just throw their garbage in the trash can? There we go. Sure is quiet on a Friday afternoon. This is usually our rush hour. Hey, yo, Wes! What? And you get to meet one of his best friends. Zach, I told you not to come barging in like that. Man, now I have to come up with an excuse on why we're missing a bottle of soda. Whoa. Oh, sorry, Wes. Here, let me help. Thanks, but you really don't have to. It's my fault for jump scaring you. At least let me lend you a hand. Well, if you insist. Both of them grab cleaning supplies to clean up the mess. So, got any plans after work? No, not really. What do you ask? I was wondering if you want to hang out with Wilfer and I after you got off of work. You've been busy all week, and we'd like to hang out with you. Yeah, I can hang out. I have the weekend off, in fact. Nice. I'll let Wilfer know that you'll be available. All right. Where are we going to meet? I'll be at the park. Most of the kids will be home at that time. All right, sounds good. I'll see you guys then. This guy's a stand-up character. I wrote him to be, sort of like, the actual best buddy, but he's still kind of being worked on a little bit personality-wise, but I kind of have a better general idea how I'm going to write this character, Zach, which is, I think he's the 4th character that I drew. The third one, the third character will definitely be introduced a little bit later on, but the second character will not be introduced until way, way later on. But, and the mess is cleaned up. A couple of hours pass, and Wesley finishes up his shift. Whew. Finally, the day's over. All right, time to clock out. He's certainly got his work cut out for him. Hope he doesn't work himself too hard. I'm sure he'll be fine. If anything happens, we'll be there for him. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I worry about him, though. Oh yeah, Wilfer is actually one of the newest characters that I actually came up with like years ago. I think I already have a bit of an idea how I'm going to write him, but I'm not going to spoil that for anyone. You'll have to find out for that on your own when and if I actually get more time to work on this. Hey, I'm finally here. It's our boy, Wes. Glad to see you can make it. It's been a while. Yeah, it has. I hope I'm not late. No, you came just right at the... Oh, you just came at the right time. Indeed. Let's sit down for now. Your feet must be tired. Guys, sometimes I wish there was more to life than just working every day. I mean, sure, we have to make a living somehow, but... I just wish there was more out there for us. Hey, I feel ya. It seems like we're stuck here. Every day we work hard, and yet it feels like we're going nowhere. I'm hopeful that one day we'll be able to make a name for ourselves and finally live the lives we want. We'll eventually start seeing new places. Don't lose that hope. I agree. We shouldn't rush things. Things like this take time. We'll eventually find our calling. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, I guess so. Hey, I know what would cheer you up. What would that be? We haven't been to the outskirts of Talkia in a while. So I figured, why won't we do that tomorrow? It has been some time since we've explored the outskirts. We were never really allowed to go far beyond the outskirts. Are you sure that's a good idea? It'll be fine. So as long as we don't go too far past the waterfall, we'll be okay. Besides, we're not children anymore, so we can do whatever we want. Within reason, of course. You make a valid point. We should be fine if we don't go too far. However, I feel that Wesley should have the final say. So, what do you say, Wesley? I would like that. It'd be a nice change of pace for once. Woohoo! Field trip! I guess it's decided. Yeah, a lot of the music that I'm using is from other games. Mostly because that they're just placeholders until I can actually, I don't know, maybe pay an actual musician or learn how to make music myself. Though, I have no intentions on actually selling this game. I do want to make it free for everybody to play, mostly because it's my passion project. I want people to be able to experience the story and the characters that I have, came up with. Of course, this is an RPG Maker game, so there is going to be some RPG Maker elements to it, such as combat. So, yeah. That's going to be a little bit of time to do. But I'll eventually get around to doing that. Well, it's been a nice evening hanging out with you guys. I will see you all tomorrow bright and early. Sounds like a plan. See you tomorrow. Good night, Zach. I should be off as well. Alright. Good night, Welfer. I should get going too. Ugh, I'm tired. I can hear my bed calling me. Later that evening. Huh? What is this place? So yeah, like I was mentioning, that this is the reoccurring nightmare that he's been having. So he has his nightmare, so he's not entirely sure where he is. And there's just a long path just to walk. I see someone. Hello? Do not deny it. What? Do not deny what? He pulls out his weapon. Do not deny it. Hey! Don't come any closer! Do not deny it. No! Stay away! Ah! Oh. That was just a dream. It's the same dream I keep having. Don't deny it. What does he mean by that? Hey, Wesley, are you awake in there? Yeah, I'm awake. Just woke up. All right, then. You can meet us in the center of town. We'll be at the We'll be where the dragon statue is. Man, for once I want to sleep in, especially after that dream. Oh well, better get going. The guys are waiting for me. Oh yeah, and there's also a journal and all that stuff, which will actually keep up with the events that you have, experience, as well as other actual story-based missions. So this is kind of where it ends at the moment, but I kind of want to show this other scene where the camera just scrolls. Any new area that you enter into, this will play for the very first time, where it actually has a camera just scrolling around just to show you what the actual place looks like. Alright, let's meet up with the guys. They say that they're around the dragon statue in the middle of town. I better hurry up. They've been waiting for me for a while. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of play this scene, because this is the last thing that I worked on before I actually stopped. The man of the hour. Good morning, Wes. Yes, good morning. Hope you're well rested. I slept all right. A bit of tossing and turning, but I'm rested. That's good to hear. Before we start, we need to get some stuff ready. We don't know what might jump out at us. Of course. Never hurts to over-prepare. I assume you already got us some gear, Zach? Not really. I was hoping that Wes could help us with that. Why am I the one who has to afford the money for this? Relax, I'm kidding. Since we're all going to the outskirts, I took some time last night to gather some of my savings. I figured, why not pull some of our money together to get us some things that we need. Always a jokester, huh? I don't have much on me, but I can spare whatever I have. If that's the case, I can help too. I did get paid this past week, so I can put towards some supplies. Awesome. Let's go ahead and count up and see what we got. The three of them count the amount of money that they pulled together. 100, 300, 500. About 1,000 Zalin. Yes, that's the actual currency in this world, by the way. That should be more than enough. Indeed. Should be enough to get us some things to protect ourselves with. And whatever medical supplies we need if we get hurt. Alright then, and it's settled. Let's go get some stuff before we leave. Lead the way, Wesley. I'm gonna find better join music on that, but yeah. But this is where I actually came to before I actually stopped working on it. Played the whole game on the spot. Thanks for taking taking a break to share with us. Yeah, you're welcome with that. Yeah. That's basically just to kind of give you a general idea of that character's like personality. Alright, there we go. Actually, you know what? I should get everything set back up here. Okay, there we go. Pet, 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 pet. Bah, 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 bah. Me. But yeah, I will eventually, whenever I get a wild hair to do it, because I already have like all the maps made for it, or at least for the first chapter of it anyways, because I do want to kind of finish up the actual first chapter and kind of release it as a demo just to see what the reception would be. I mean, yeah, it's your basic RPG Maker fare and all that stuff, as you know, it's like, but I'm just more or less just writing it for the story. And I guess at this point you probably would say is like, well, why not just make it an actual visual novel or something? And I have thought about doing that, but just doing all the assets would probably end up taking way longer than actually setting up the entirety of the game. But I do kind of want to give a bit of an adventure, just to, like, not only just like for character storytelling, but also for world building telling, because not only do I focus on the characters, but the actual world that they live in, the world that they inhabit, what places they can go to, what the history is behind the locations that they visit. And, you know, kind of build up on that, because that's kind of what I want to do for that. And that was something that I wanted to do during my high school days. But as soon as I try to get into like college or even into Job Corps, I've had people kind of like kind of putting me down, saying, "It's like, oh no, that's you'll never be able to do that. You know, you should do this instead." And it kind of really just puts you down. And I don't know. It's always something I've wanted to do. I mean, I'm 35 years old now, going on to 36, and it's just been more or less I've been worrying about surviving. Played real smooth. Your voiceover is also appreciated. Oh, you're welcome. I like to be able to put the voices of the characters rather than just, just having to read the actual screen. But, of course, you can add your own characters' voices to it as well, based on their personality and their looks and all that. But yeah, everything that you saw there are placeholders. That's just basic, the RTP that actually came with that. I'll eventually end up drawing my own assets, or just drawing the characters on there, because you can still make a pretty good RPG Maker game just using the stock assets. Of course, yeah, it won't separate it from it, but I think if you put a lot of care into it, it can definitely separate it from a lot of the other RPG Maker games that I have seen, which is something I wanted to avoid for the longest time. But even for that amount, I'm still pretty proud with all the work that I had done for it. Same thing with all the work, or with all the drawings that I had done back in the past, because, I mean, so as long as I like it, that's all that really matters to me. And I also want to just share what I have done, what I have created, and all that, the stories, and the characters, and the world. But I kind of feel that I'm going on a little bit too much. It's about 2.5 hours. I usually do about 2-hour streams. So let's actually end this off and find somebody to raid tonight. Let's see. Unless somebody has a suggestion for a raid, I'll definitely do that as well. Where's my raid button at? Oh, there it is. Let's see who's currently on right now. Oh, someone else is actually doing art as well. Let's see. Starscape the Griffin. Hey, they're also doing art. And let's see. You know, let's go ahead and show this boy some love. I think I rated them last time, if I remember right. Actually, no, I rated somebody else last night, I believe. I don't quite remember. But anyways, let's go ahead and show this boy some love here, or girl, or... Let's just show them some love, okay? Let's go ahead and start this raid. Yep. Thank you, Kaiser. You have a great rest of your day. Oh, and thank you, everybody. Thank you for the raids. Thank you, new followers. If you had either, I don't remember if I saw bits or anything like that being donated to me. But if you did, thank you so much. If you didn't, then you know what, not a big deal. I just do appreciate you all just coming by. Greatly appreciate it, and thank you for letting me draw for you guys. I know it's been a long time. You know, I do kind of get a little bit of performance anxiety from doing this, but I'll eventually get used to it. I'll definitely get way better at doing this, and who knows, maybe even drawing on stream might actually help me improve on my art, or you know, on my sketches rather. But you know what? But yeah, let's go ahead and show some love to. Where is he? Starscape the Griffin. You sound better than me. Nah. Don't undersell yourself. That's all I gotta say too, you know. You know, everybody thinks that they have a, you know, a particular value to them, but you know what? Never undersell yourself. You know, I have a bad habit of doing that myself, kind of like talking down on myself, and you shouldn't do that to yourself, you know. Pump yourself up. You're like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to do this for myself. Yeah, which you probably should. Just do it for yourself. All right. Thank you all so much. Let's go ahead and get this raid started. We're going to be starting this raid in 3, 2, 1. Yep, bye for now. Hopefully see you all on Tuesday. I'm going to be doing something else on Tuesday. I'm probably going to be playing a game on Tuesday. So yeah, here we go. And yeet. Alright. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for coming in to joining me tonight. Y'all have a good night. And I'll see you all on Tuesday. Bye-bye.